All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome into another ASU Zoom conversation interview from all over the place. My name's Scotty Gaines. Happy to be joined by ASU softball head coach Trisha Ford. Coach, you just said you're doing all right. You're actually at the facility right now. I can see it in the background.
Yeah, I wish I was out there actually coaching. But yes, I'm actually here at the facility working a little bit in our new hitting facility, just working it, making sure it's ready for when we are able to come back and practice and use it.
So how about that hitting facility, right? I know, although it's been the stay-at-home order for a large part in Arizona, work around Farrington Stadium has continued, and the Bro hitting facility, correct me if I'm wrong, has just been completed, right?
Yeah, so it's been completed. It's been a couple of weeks. We're just doing like the little things,
Right.
hanging up the TVs and all that, the fun stuff. But it's pretty amazing. For me, I can only imagine. I can't wait for the alums to really come and see it and our players because, from an alumni standpoint, they're the ones that, played here, really brought that rich tradition, won a couple national championships, and what the facility looks like today compared to what it was when I first stepped foot here on campus is just remarkable. It's one of the most beautiful hitting facilities, especially in our conference, and I would really put it up against a lot of other facilities across the nation.
So what do you think that means for your program, having a brand new facility that you just said is a top in the conference?
Yeah, well, I feel like there's air conditioning, so we're going to hit a whole lot. In Arizona, you need that, right?
Of course.
But I think for us, from a recruiting standpoint, and kind of what we're building and what, Coach Harger, our hitting coach, he's done a tremendous job, since he stepped foot here. And, we're really making our name for ourselves. If you want to come here and be a high horsepower hitter, this is the place you're going to do it. I mean, we have all the technology, we have coaching. And then from a pitching standpoint, we've also implemented some pitching technology as well within the hitting facility. So I think for us, it's really just, been a total package of developing our players, our current student athletes. And once, those products kind of hit the field and we kind of see what we're building, I think it's going to really help us in that recruiting aspect as well.
Right. You mentioned that it's going to help bring some power to the Sun Devils. Well, this incredible situation right now, we're going to see two of ASU's best hitters coming back next year in the Hackbarth sisters, as well as Ali Tatnall and Cielo Meza. So it's going to be interesting next year with the senior class playing with the incoming freshman class that they weren't supposed to play together. What excites you most about that upcoming opportunity?
Well, I just think, speaking really with the Kendra and Maddie, I think, our incoming kids came to ASU watching them, and so we all laugh because they're like, we're kind of fangirling them, and we get to play with them. And so Kendra and Maddie they come from a great family. They're very humble. They work hard. They really set a standard that I think, the new kids, the new incoming freshmen are really going to learn from. So for me, selfishly as a coach is, having those types of kids in your program and being able to really help mentor the really talented freshman class. I mean, our freshman class this year was tremendous. I mean, Alina did a great job. Jazz Hill did a great job. Lindsay Lopez. I mean, we had, Macy Simmons. So we had quite a few of them that came in and really learned from Kendra and Maddie. And for me to be able to be selfish and have another set to be able to come through and, and Ali Tatnall, there's a kid that's been Mrs. Clutch. That's what I call her, just Clutch. But she's somebody that has worked really hard in the program, hasn't always been a starter. Last year earned the DP spot. And, she's kind of the glue of our program. And so I think all of them kind of bring different ingredients and what makes us really successful. And, for me, I'm just excited that we're going to be able to keep that intact and bring along another class that we weren't, anticipating originally to be able to kind of learn from them.
Going to be really special. Like you said, the Hackbarth sisters, you mentioned how they can be great mentors to the younger student athletes. I'm wondering about you right now in the situation we're in. What's some advice that you've shared with your student athletes at ASU?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that we talk about is just, you have control of your actions in this situation. And what I mean by that is, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. I mean, that's really the truth of it. And so you can sit there and sulk and be like, this stinks and blah, blah, blah. Or you can look at, life, and this is kind of how I choose to live life is, things happen for a reason. We're not in, control of, maybe some of the things that we'd like to be doing, but I can't control myself and I can't control how I react to this situation. And so, we have some accountability groups and they're working out and, having fun and razzing each other. And so I think for me, it's just really, how you're going to make yourself better, not only as a softball player, but really as a human through all of this. I mean, that's really what we're here, is to develop them into people and to being strong, females when they graduate here. So I think for me, it's just that challenge to them that, I always kind of tell them, like, standard, like, what's your standard? What, you want to win a national championship? You want to go to Oklahoma City? Well, what does that look like? What does that process look like? It doesn't include you sitting on your butt 12 hours a day. I can tell you that, and so, just, keeping it light and fun, but also challenging them and kind of, holding them accountable and just, having fun. But, it's time to get better. Like, anybody can sit on their butt, but
Right.
nobody's choosing, or not a lot of people are choosing to, work on your mental game, look at your swings, look at your fielding. I mean, get a tennis ball and throw it up against a wall. There's a wall somewhere around you're at, and, you can work on things. So just get better.
Very, very cool. I know doing stuff like that is going to help the ASU team, especially in times like the big win over Utah not too long ago. What was the final score? 17-15 or 52-50. It was the most fun game I've ever seen. And yesterday, it was really cool to see on the ASU softball Twitter account, there was some of the players from that game were live commenting it, and it was really cool. I'm wondering what you thought of that and how fun it's been to connect with fans in ways like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we have, just a fantastic fan base, and, we're really lucky that our alums are really connecting back with us. And, for me, it was funny because it gave you guys some insight of what was really going on. And so it was one of the most wild games that I've ever been a part of in my 20 years of coaching. But I think, like, Tatnall didn't even know that she had hit the, winning run, and, it was just a lot of good stuff. So I think, and it kind of talks about, like, their relationships. I mean, Morgan talking about what she had, had kind of talked with Tatnall before she had her at bat, and Stank was our volunteer coach, and she had kind of talked about the process and kind of what those conversations had looked like. And Maddie Hack, I think, hit 3 home runs that game. Like, who does that? Yeah, Maddie Hack does. So, but yeah, and she had the infamous bat flip, and I think Kendra had the bat flip that I make fun of her because it was kind of an awkward bat flip, so, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun to talk the game. We all miss the game. And I think that's the other thing that our players have really learned from all of this is, don't take things for granted. Like, nobody thought this was going to happen. Nobody had anticipated that this is where we were going to be right now. We should be in postseason. And so I think you're just going to see across the nation a really renewed love for the game. And I think college softball next spring is going to be crazy good.
Can't wait for that, Coach. Totally agree with you. Thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. I see it's a packed stadium behind you, the virtual background. Can't wait for that for next season. It's going to be, like you said, super fun, super awesome. Hope you're doing all right. Looks like you're doing fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your day, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Go Devils.